Oh, hey! Thanks for joining me there, Matthew.
That's all right.
So, you sent in your comments, and we are going to read them. Take it away.
Where are we looking?
So the first one's from Hannah. On the Sunday, a flying visit to the academy to confirm a false rumour turned up a revelation of epic proportions, and I chased down the Archmage, and together we chased down an expert, and the man sitting next to the expert connected me to a man with a very powerful item. The chasing and collecting of this dream team of magicians was so adrenaline pumping. We all took a big walk to the town outskirts to ponder the possibilities. In other words, we went to God to ask questions about whether a thing was metaphysically possible. All sombre and determined as we left the field, the second we crossed the gate we were laughing and grinning and squealing with excitement, and to hear the loaded and suggestive words, "Send plot an email," was an utter delight.
Right, so this one is from Sandy. Getting stopped by the guard at the camp gate and hearing, "She's fine," from a bunch of orcs behind my back. It is fine, Sandy. It is.
Hi. Right, first one is from Pat. This was brilliant. This was actually brilliant. Like, I love this bit. Sorry. Right, my favourite moment with the orcs is when I, Ptolemy, did a speech in conclave on Saturday, and as I swished off the conclave floor to the sound of many orcs hooting. Also, Ra comes to find Ptolemy when she found out that he was on trial and possibly going to be, I'm assuming that's meant to say executed. Made me cry when I left the tent. Oh. Oh. That was good.
This one's from Fern. Watching my first pit fight felt like a kid at Christmas. You guys were unbelievable. Sitting in the middle of the Empress and her guards circle in the Imperial offices, being drunk as a skunk and being dragged off after I pledged all sorts of nonsense to her. Also, crashing the knife dance, which has already been mentioned, still hilarious though.
This one is from Lucas. Pit fighting against violence. Traumatizing carrot in the ear wound. Battling about Summer Boy with a hammer, Danny. Bar crawls. Pit fighting a Cambion who got her horn stuck. That was quite good. I enjoyed that one.
Steph! The speaker at Conclave announced the vote, giving the numbers for and against. Motion failed, he said. Grauka would not become the first Imperial Orc sorcerer, and the Orcs led a cheer, Aru, 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 beaten against cloth, not heavy armour as other times, for they were in the Hall of Worlds. Grauka buried her head in her hands, hiding tears, overwhelmed by the moment, as Ra grabbed her and hugged her, and someone from behind patted her back. 3 hours of their one life was what they gave her, and it had more worth than many will ever know. That was good.
Danny. Smearing a mouthy leaguer across the glory square in big hero fighting and having 40-ish people cheering the fight and complimenting how awesome it looked. That damn Hurricanrana. Orc drums and didgeridoos. As a non-orc, I'll leave it with one final one. The pit fight. Highlight of every event.
This one's from Jack. Everything to do with the battle. It was actually nice to feel like a big damn hero of the Empire for a change and not just meat chucked into the grinder. I can't speak for everyone, but the lack of resistance meant that we as orcs got some great roleplay out of the battle as opposed to the usual running around like a blue-ass fly. The archway we made for others to walk through after the battle, another incense. The little speech I got to give afterwards, all of it just so good. It was. I enjoyed it, Jack.
Hello, WMT4. One of my favourite moments in game was the meeting of the monster hunters Sodality My son and 2 friends went along to chat about cryptozoology and mythic monsters and large creatures, and about expanding the imperial menagerie. Interesting to see how representatives of monster hunting and catching groups interact with 3 young citizens more interested in capturing and studying creatures than fighting or killing them. I stayed outside the tavern and observed parentally as I was guardian for the 3 of them. And the Herald of Fools of Dawn, in brackets it says Bunny, asked what was going on, and after an explanation they got interested and watched too. After the meeting, when things were being prepared for the trip to the Summer Realm to fight a chimera, the herald blew their horn and scared the 3 youngsters half to death, and proceeded to hallow my son's Rakshakalaw.
Rakshasa.
That. How do you say it?
Rakshasa.
That. One of those things claws. With a pride hallowing because of what he had said and done. Beautiful and unexpected moments like that really make me happy at LARP. And I like that I can now step back and watch my son roleplay happily with adults without needing me for reassurance or direction. Empowering new roleplayers and watching their confidence grow is great for all ages, but especially good for children growing up, as that confidence can be life-changing. It sure can, probably, Vic. Yeah, it really is. I wish that I could have done LARPing when I was a teeny weeny, but I was a biggie by the time that I found out about LARPing.
Sammy, you didn't give yourself all the short ones. There's a surprise. From Paul, proving the viciousness of carrots. I've heard all about this, but I was never there, so I've got no idea what happened.
It's magical.
This one is from Tom. Spending a good hour or so jamming with the Marcher Egregore in the Mandowla's arms.
Right, from Tanis. The moment we were all sat around a fire, sing songs and drinking. That's always a good thing.
This one's from Kerry. Making the civil service scramble as I report myself for treason. They were kind of surprised that I did that. I think I may have been the first in the group, and they weren't sure who to give me to for the report. I got passed from civil servant to magistrate, back to the civil servants, and finally to the militia. Confusing people is the best.
So this next one is from Worm Mave. You guys were actually kind of my favourite moment anyway. Watching a specific pit fighting victory and reading aloud for a blind orc.
We've got another one from Steph. Volpes was dying. He'd gotten back through the Sentinel Gate, but there wasn't much that could be done. Grauka poured at his shoulder guard, over all the etchings of stuff that meant quite a bit more if you were Dornish. She'd seen him fight in tournaments with them over and over. This was the last time she'd see him, and she knew it. He grumbled about the vultures having already taken his rune plate, and Grauka got mad with him, as if he counted her in their number, explaining that it wasn't that, and that there is something that can only be seen through touch, with the very tips of your fingers. He looked guilty. Grauka put her tiny hands against his, so many calluses from fighting, touching his fingertips one last time.
So this one's from Jordan. So you guys already covered my top favourite moment, but sort of related was Friday night. Coming to the orc camp, chasing after my buddy, then being told I looked cold and being plonked down by the orc campfire. I sat kind of awkwardly for a good long while because I was having a mild mental health wobble and it didn't want to intrude or anything. When I did start engaging though, it felt so nice and welcoming. I got to big up Bull. Oh sorry, I've read that wrong. I got to big up Bull on immediately deciding that I liked him because of his name. I learned about Aurora and her stick wife. Stick /wife. We all hold Debbie heart, you know. true in our heart. I got to hear some appreciation for my poetry. Also, earlier, I'd had a chat with some gate renders about poetry, and a lovely orc whose name I didn't catch, but who carries the sigil of the tusks, taught me about the bond that orcs share with the marchers. So yeah, making orc friends this event was really cool, and I'm not just saying that to suck up to the cool kids.
This one is from Cal. Kebabs, kebabs! Kebabs for sale! Magical moment right there.
Cool, this is from Remix the Dragon. My favourite part of E1, I met a Calavasi priest and got them to hallow Jerry, my duck. I ended up making a new friend from it. Smiley face. We've heard about the duck. We're on to you. Remix the Dragon.
Okay, this one is from Chloe. Pit fights were awesome, especially watching Crunk get his ass kicked. Meeting Frank was pretty awesome. The main battle was pretty fun. And I also low-key enjoyed our banter on Saturday. Ha! I didn't. It's not funny.
This one is from David. Hello, David. The dancing was again hilarious, and yes, you did nick my back, much to the laughter of the other Legionnaires. For me, aside... blah 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 blah. For me, battle aside, my favourite roleplay moment with you lot on the couch was sat back with the Skywise Saturday night, learning about the First Legion and the Ashbourne from Raw, coming to the icy realisation of just how vast the differences between the legions are. Solid roleplay. Long may it continue. There we go. That was pretty cool.
This last one's from Addy. Iron Tide Ros here. Matt, I am so stoked that our interaction was among your favourite moments this season. For me, it was one of two moments this event that really did blow my mind. Thank you for giving me one of my first RP interactions that really did make me realise that this is going to be much more than just dressing up and bashing monsters with my sword and shield. Looking forward to many more in the future. Thank you.
Don't cry again.
I'm not going to cry again.
Well, wasn't that an interesting video? Thank you to Don't look disappointed. Thank you very much to everyone that sent in their comments. We enjoyed this immensely. Good trip down memory road of, 2-3 weeks ago?
Yeah, let's say that. About
Let's say 2 weeks ago. Anyway, thank you very much, and we will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.
Bye.